They used to eat. That is meaning they lived well. You know, traders would be friendly with them because it's a busy place. So the man's thinking was that I should come down and start my life with him that way, with his cover, under his cover. But when we finished, the commandant, the lady, British trained, straight, said, no, I have intelligence reports, that's she talking, that cadets are about to be sent to places other than where we want them posted. And that time, Anene, the killer, was also making waves. So a lot of young policemen were also very scared. So some people I could see were shifting too, not wanting to go to Bendel at the time. So she came up with a design. On the day of passing out, they will call you on the parade. You come to attention. That's what we were trained to do. Come to attention. And you announce your number and your name. And you introduce yourself. And then she now puts all the places she wanted recruits posted to in pieces of paper and wrap them. You know, women, when they are thorough, they can be something else. So to the shock of everyone, that was the system applied that year. And we lined up. And when they called me, of course, came to attention, number 142137, that used to be my number. PC, Seraka Dickson. And then I dipped my hand into that ballot paper, kind of. Well, not a ballot box. It was a basket. And when it came out, it was not Obolafo or Anambra. It was River State. It was back home. Small world. And the designs and mercies of God. You don't question. You surrender, you submit. You adjust. If you don't see the hand of nature immediately, don't bother. There's always a hand. You just need to be more patient. So, that was how I went back to Port Harcourt. And as I went to Port Harcourt, nature took over again. God took over again. First day I reported, they sent me to the most important police station in Port Harcourt at that time, Central Police Station. They call it Port Harcourt Division. That's the central station. And I went there. Very day I reported again, they were doing what they call a lecture parade. In those days, every DPO and officers will interact every week with every policeman in the command, in the division, and brief them, teach them law, teach them police duties, teach them law of evidence, teach them local knowledge, share local happenings at that level. They were doing that. And they will ask questions. They asked questions. And my hand went up. And after I answered one, another one came. I answered again. When they finished, a lady who was there as a crime officer said, no, this is a brilliant constable. I don't know what they discussed among the officers, but they removed an older NCO. Okay. They removed an older NCO and put me there. Now as clerk of the division. So I was now doing clerk work the secretary to the division. And after some time, almost working, very little supervision. So that was when I said, no, I must go back to school. So within a year, I had gained admission, took JAM. Did extra classes for JAM. When the admission came, they offered me political science. I turned it down. So take again. The following year, they gave me law. I didn't know anybody, so it had to be on merit. So that's how I went to school. Then I wanted to resign, since my law studies were full-time. I came, met my DPO, now late Mr. Ondiwe, good man. He assigned my JAM form for me. There's an attestation by an SPO. And I told him I wanted to resign. He said, no. Wait. Let me see the Commissioner of Police. Commissioner of Police, a northerner, Mr. Porter Dabok, of blessed memory. And the DPO, and they carried me to the DPO and told me, this young officer, very promising. This young man, he wants to resign. He now has full-time admission for law. But I want your permission to post him for night duty. If I don't tell you and I do that, they may petition. Someone in the way did that for me. An Igbo man. And that's why some of us prefer to always see the common humanity in us. Not the small sentiments, greed, selfishness, arrogance that divides human beings. And he turned to me, young man, your DPO says you are a good constable and he wants to post you night duty. Are you prepared? Can you do 8 hours for the federal government? Because your job must not suffer. I will not take that. But if you put 8 hours, then anything you do outside 8 hours is your business. You may as well be playing drafts. I said, yes, sir. I will try. That was how they posted me to night duty. And every night, 6 to 6. And then early in the morning, I will drop my gun, put down my uniform, quickly take my bath, get something and eat quickly, and then trek to where I will get a bus and go to, if you know Port Harcourt, from Lagos bus stop, go to where we call education, come down, and then pay to UST Gate. I did that religiously for 4 years. And by the grace of God, even though I was missing my first morning lectures, graduated, like almost on top of my class, by the grace of God. And then now, the police gave me study leave. I went to law school. That year, the police gave me study leave. They paid everything. They were very nice to me. That year, I slept well. Yes, no more night duty. And finished, was called to the bar. Then I made up my mind I had had enough. The police had done enough for me as a foundation. I dreamt of being a senior advocate and a professor of laws. And I wanted to pursue that. But the police was not done. DIG Obona Onovo met me, came on an interview, said, we have your records. Where is this young man? He sent for me. I was 28, 27, going to 20. No, you're not. You're an officer material. Where people were lobbying, they gave it free. That's how I became a cadet officer. But my mind had already made up. My mind had made up. I was determined to start another chapter. I'd put in almost now cumulatively, almost 9-10 years. Constable, corporal. He talked of ranks, those were my early ranks. And then cadet ASP. I took that for 6 months. And then I told the commandant, I said, no, I want to start. My mind is not here. The only thing that would have made it worthwhile was if I could do a master's at BUK Kano, which I went, and ABU, Zaria, I went to all those places to see whether I could do a master's, but it wasn't possible. So I paid 3 months of my basic salary as ASP. It was 1,000 something. And then I left. And then came into service of my people and legal practice. Gravitated from the Ijaw and Niger Delta movement and got involved in politics of the left. I organized some young men. We wanted to form a youth party. This idea of not too young to run didn't start today. And then the late MD Yusuf heard us, and I went to meet him. MD Yusuf, former IG, was like a father figure. And he said, no, you don't need to start another party. We are starting a progressive movement. So I and others went to join the MDG, Movement for Democracy and Justice. And then he and Ambassador Jolly Tanko Yusuf, also now deceased, they led us, and later I met with others in the human rights and legal circles who were fighting then under the military. We met at Ore, decided that we should participate. So we joined them, and then they took us to form PDP, the late Bola Ige and others. Later they fought, they formed APP with us. Then later AD, the ultra-left party, and I went with them. That's how I left my legal practice, thriving legal practice, and gravitated, became an accidental politician.